Hello, I'm Andy and welcome to Vectra News, your fill of gaming news for the week of the 1st of November 2014. Coming up in this week's episode, PlayStation 4 Firmware 2.0 causes unseen issues, Wii U sales are up, 3DS sales are down, Battlefield 5 won't be available anytime soon, and Star Wars Battlefront gets a release date, and Little Big Planet 3 is backwards compatible. YouTube now supports videos in 60 frames per second, so jump over to Google Chrome and select 1080p 60 to get the best viewing experience. Sony has confirmed that the latest PlayStation 4 firmware update is causing issues with some unlucky owners, and have launched an investigation. After the update went live on Tuesday, users started reporting issues like consoles not turning back on once in rest mode, which is previously known as the sleep mode, the music player functionality being broken, PlayStation Network not connecting, themes being unavailable for UK users, and YouTube not responding during video uploads. The issue has also caused disruption with the Evolve Big Alpha, causing Turtle Rock Studios to postpone the alpha on PlayStation 4 until a later date, and as consolidation offered out codes for the PC and Xbox One versions to these users unable to connect. Sony have advised anyone having issues with Update 2.0 they should boot up in safe mode. We'll link you in the description below of how to do this. Sony haven't advised when they're going to be sorting this issue out, however keep your eyes out on all things Sony when they'll issue a statement when there's an update. Nintendo have released their second quarter financial results covering the period of July to September 2014. The report showed that 610,000 Wii U consoles have sold during the period, which is pretty much double that of the same period last year. The spark in sales could be due to the release of Hyrule Warriors last month and interest in Mario Kart 8, which was released back in May this year. Sales of the console could potentially rise again in the next quarter with the release of the console exclusive Bayonetta 2 and the upcoming Super Smash Bros. For Wii U, as well as their range of amiibos. At present, the Wii U has sold 7.29 million units in its 2 years life so far, which is significantly less than the PlayStation 4, which has been reported to have sold 10 million units as of August this year, but it's still ahead of the Xbox One, and back in April they reported that the console had sold 5 million units. However, both the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One have been out less than a year, which is half the lifespan of the Wii U so far. These new figures bring Nintendo less than a third of their way to their target of selling 3.6 million consoles in this financial year, having sold only 1.12 million consoles in the first half of the year. The 3DS, however, has seen its year-on-year sales fall from 2.49 million to 1.27 million, despite its successful launch of Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. Although analysts had predicted a significant loss this quarter, Nintendo have unexpectedly seen a quarterly profit of 9.3 billion yen, or around $86 million according to Reuters. This could mean Nintendo may see its first annual profit in 4 years, with its prediction of 40 billion yen versus its loss last year of 46 billion yen. It seems like Nintendo has got some fight left in it yet, and it would be horrible to see Nintendo go the same way of Sega and just producing games for other consoles. EA this week have confirmed that the release date for Battlefield 5 will now be at the end of 2016 instead of 2015, which would mean that there would be 2 major Battlefield games in the same year. Previously, EA had said that they didn't want to annualise the franchise like Activision's Call of Duty, and without the push of Hardline into next year, there would be a clear gap of 2 years between Battlefield Hardline and Battlefield 5. The CEO of EA, Andrew Wilson, explained why they've decided to pencil Battlefield 5 in for the end of 2016, saying that they want players to enjoy the titles for a longer period of time. EA have also confirmed that Star Wars Battlefront will release in the holiday of 2015, placing it around the same time as new Star Wars film Episode 7. Now, this isn't to be confused with the Star Wars Battlefront that came out in 2004, Battlefront 2 that came out in 2005, or Battlefront 3, which was being developed by Free Radical before LucasArts cancelled it, and before the studio's demise post-Disney. It's going to be a reboot of this series, which is being developed by DICE. This could possibly mean that DICE won't be working on Battlefield 5, as it would give them a 1-year window to complete the game. So the question is whether the torch will be handed on to Visceral, who are currently developing Battlefield Hardline, to make the next Battlefield game. Sony have announced that Little Big Planet 3 will be fully backwards compatible with both Little Big Planet 1 and 2. Not only that, any previously purchased DLC with the games will carry forward too. In their US blog, they explained that all users need to do is re-download this content from the Little Big Planet 3 in-game store. Not only that, it seems that every costume, material, object and music track unlocked in the previous games will also be transferred over. The process of moving custom content from the PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4 version of Little Big Planet 3 is slightly more complex, however. But Sony have said that all users need to do is publish a level in the PlayStation 3 version with this content as a reward in a prize bubble, and then visit the level in the PlayStation 4 version to claim the items back. Hopefully this won't mean a massive landslide with 2-meter long levels just giving you loads of bounty, and people will carry on their creative spark. Sony then went on to say that they'll create an FAQ section on littlebigplanet.com close to the game's launch towards the end of November, explaining exactly how to do everything, as there was a lot of information to take in. But that's all from Vectra News this week. Don't forget to like, favourite, subscribe, follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and check out vectranews.co.uk to keep up to date with everything on the network. And, as always, we'll see you next time. Goodbye.